Health is wealth, like they say. Now, there are some smart entrepreneurs who have seen opportunity in offering health products, especially foods, for those that are in need of them. And I would imagine everyone is. Our entrepreneur this week saw a similar opportunity, and she shares her story with us.
Our story began way back in 2014. We started as farmers, working with fellow farmers in Gomba. That's why the name Incubator comes from. We were working along together with other farmers, but they were collecting pumpkin, and we took it upon ourselves to do collective marketing to the city in Nakasero. But the challenge was, due to fluctuations in prices, depending on the seasons, you could convince fellow farmers to give you pumpkin, well knowing, say, we are taking this pumpkin, they are going to buy at 800 shillings. Reaching Nakasero, they say now it is too much, it is a float. We need to give you 300 shillings. Going back, you find your integrity also is shaken. So this is when we thought of now value addition, where we can produce throughout the year. Why pumpkin? Pumpkin is highly nutritious. We process it all with the peel, with the seeds, and the fruit itself. The peel contains fiber good for digestion and regulating the sugar levels. And is the inside part of it with the yellow color or orange, it indicates a rich source of beta-carotene or vitamin A that is an antioxidant responsible for improving the immunity. When it gets to the seeds, these seeds from the pumpkin, they are rich in zinc. Zinc is very, very good. May know it because it controls the prostate enlargement, and zinc is very good for the memory. The company itself is based in organic farming, and then we source the raw materials from fellow farmers. Ourselves, we are farmers, but we cannot produce enough of what we need. So we have a network of farmers. We have 320 farmers spread in different areas. We have core values for the company, among which is integrity. This one keeps us afloat. When you're working with suppliers, make sure you are paying at the right time, you are giving the relevant advice, and you are there for your suppliers whenever they need you. We are in the industry, but we are not alone. Our unique value proposition is we complete the value chain, because we ourselves having the pumpkin and processing it, then getting to the market, we do until the end of the value chain. But now we have been challenged in a way. When we went to the market, it is a new product. You talk of a pumpkin. Pumpkin is it is the old food, indigenous food. But people didn't know it in value addition. But a lot we can get from pumpkin. So when we come up with products, you find some people are resistant to can you really take porridge from pumpkin? Can you get the oil from the seeds of pumpkin? Amidst all this, we work, but we have challenges we face in day-to-day life. One of the challenges can be also access to finance. As small and medium enterprises, this is the major challenge also facing the SMEs. Now, you want to have enough such that when you're buying from producers, you pay in cash, but at times you are limited. We also have a challenge that pumpkin itself contains 90% of it is water. Because much as it is highly nutritious, you need to get out that water, because the rest we utilize it. But now power becomes a very big challenge. For the traction of the company, we started only with one product, that is pure pumpkin flour. This product has led us to 5 different categories of products, among which we are having the composite suitable for anybody regardless of the age group. Then that is one product. Another product also is for the babies from 6 months to 3 years. Now we have been able to get another category that is for the pumpkin seed oil.
Now, we've always said that good business ideas, or businesses in general, are those that are keen on solving society's problems. Now, that is the first stage. Once the business is established and it's indeed solving the problems, the next question is, how do you keep in the game? How do you keep growing? How do you sustain that business? Now, that's what we are focusing on in our Make Money segment today.
I'm sure you all have peers or friends who have such challenges, who are struggling so much because they're trying to eat a whole elephant at once. They're trying to build out a business, it's not moving. They have borrowed, they have sold, they have done everything, but it's just not moving. And these are things you must ask yourself. Your ability as a founder, education, your skill sets, your experience. 2, the product. Is it better than what's already existing in the market? How are you going to make it different? 3, the market size. So how big is this market? Will they buy? Are they interested? And how will you acquire your customers? And these are questions that you actively must answer. And then with that, you identify your solution. So now we're going out into building it out. What are the possible solutions? Don't start with ideas trying to find problems, because it happens so much. Someone begins a business and then now they're like, okay, so the biggest fallacy is the statement, if you build it, they will come. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And if they don't, you've already built it. So you want to be able to go through a process where you appreciate that people will be interested in your solution. All right? So what are the solutions? Evaluate them based on, what's available in the market, how easy can you implement them, and don't put all your feet in at the same time. Test, test, test.
Well, in our tech segment, we're again still following trends, innovations, and technologies that are changing the business and social terrain.
And this is our project. It's called Doxa Hatcheries. It began in the year 2015. And the reason as to why we decided to do this is because I wanted to solve the problem of unemployment amongst the youth. This machine is supposed to be closed for 3 weeks without opening it. So what we do, we put the water here. We put here water, so the water goes through the pipe there, coming down until this pan here. It's called a humidity pan. So this water here, after some time, begins to produce vapor, because there's a heater inside that water that produces the vapor. Now the purpose of that is to prevent the chick inside, as the eggs are turning, the chick does not get stuck on the shell. Because of that humidity there, the vapor from the water. Then also inside here we have heaters. This is where the heat is generated from, just like a chicken sits on the eggs to warm them. So our temperature is coming from these 2 heaters here. One here and the other one. So there's one is called a main heater, the other is called a subsidiary. It only comes in to help the first one. For example, in case the humidity goes above 60, it's supposed to be 60. If it goes above 60, the second heater is switched on to suck out to reduce on the humidity. If the humidity is okay, one heater is put off. We also have the sensors here. This is what helps us to take the temperature inside the egg. Actually, when we have loaded this with eggs, we put this on the shell of the egg. It's supposed to rest on the shell of the egg. It reads the temperature of the egg. So if it goes above 38, it will alarm and it will switch on that fan there, the small fan you saw inside there. That one is called the auxiliary fan. It takes out excess heat. So whenever anything happens, like the temperature has gone up, that fan will put on itself automatically. Then we have also the humidity sensor. This one here is what senses the vapor inside that pan there. If you have to look carefully, actually there's a vapor there. So in case the vapor goes higher, Also, it will show us from here, and then the alarm will go off. I'm going to do that very simply, just by breathing on this sensor. By breathing on it, you will hear the alarm going off, meaning the humidity has gone higher than required. As you can see, now the alarm has been switched on. When you see this alarm here, it is telling you two things. Either the temperature has gone high or the humidity has gone high. And in this case, it's the humidity because I was breathing on the sensor. Equally also, in case let's say maybe there's a problem with the temperature has gone high in the machine and it goes above 38. The same thing happens. The alarm will remain as long as these two things. Now the fan has put on itself to try to reduce on the temperature which is inside. The auxiliary fan, in case the temperature goes higher than required, like I just used the matchbox to make it higher, the fan puts on itself to reduce on the temperature inside the machine. That is why we believe our machine is very accurate, up to 95%. Actually, we have tested it, we have documented it, we have videos, we have pictures, we can prove that. So as long as the temperature is high, that fan will remain on until when the temperature is no more at 38 degrees Celsius, then that fan will stop.
Well, that brings us to the end of this week's edition of Money and Market. Thank you for being part of the show. We're again keen to sharing these and more stories. Now, pay us a visit on our digital platforms. On YouTube, we're quite big there. On Twitter, we're there, and TikTok, to see these and more stories, especially stories that will help you make it in business, and most importantly, start for those that haven't yet made that decision to start business. Now, from me and team, until next time, good evening and God bless.